Hey, what up everybody, this is Steve Breach coming to you here today. We're watching the WWE Battleground. Yes, my Florida vacation will not stop me from watching Battleground. Here we are watching it live on the Apple TV. Must say how easy it is to tune into the WWE Network from anywhere around the world. I just can't believe it. This is the first time I think I've really used it away from my house except for WrestleMania 30 when we went to New Orleans and we watched WrestleMania after WrestleMania, but here we are watching the pre-show right now. We got Paul Heyman sitting down with the Q&As, with people asking him questions about Brock Lesnar. How many suplexes will Brock do tonight? Alright, but in the pre-show match, we saw King Barrett going up against King R-Truth, and this was the battle for the crown, the battle to take it all, supposedly the last battle of their rivalry that they've been having for the last month or 2 months. It seems like it's going forever. Hopefully this really is going to be the end of it. Tonight we got King Barrett giving the bull hammer to R-Truth. R-Truth was able to avoid the first one, but he was not able to avoid the second one. Barrett rolled him up, got the 1, 2, 3. Nothing really to this match. The commercial for Swerved lasts longer than the match actually did. I don't know what they're saving time for. Maybe they're using it for the Paul Heyman Q&A here or something like that. He's getting all worked up, getting asked about Rollins versus the Beast here. But honestly, I listened to Wrestling Observer today. Dave Meltzer said that the announcers weren't able to say Wade. It was one of the things that were on there. And then all of a sudden, all of the dirt sheets were reporting today that basically, that Wade Barrett was going to lose this match because Dave Meltzer said that they weren't allowed to say bad news anymore. What Dave said is that they've sort of gone away from using bad news and he wouldn't be able to go back to it. Not that he was going to. So that was all the confusion from today. People just sort of hear what they want to hear and twist things around. And no way in the world that is that what I heard. But it looks like the Q&A is already over, if that's all it is. Now they're replaying Monday Night Raw with the Divas Revolution, Team Bella in there with Paige. Stephanie's going to bring out Becky Lynch here in a second, but that was it from the pre-show. King Wade Barrett goes on with the power of the bull hammer, and that's it from the pre-show. Hey, what up everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you with the lead-off match of tonight's WWE Battleground show. We had Randy Orton going up against Sheamus in a match that I really didn't care about seeing, and honestly, after now that I saw it, I didn't really miss anything if I didn't see this match. The story of the match honestly plays into the fact why nobody wanted to see this match was that these guys have wrestled each other 1,000 times. And Sheamus knew what Randy Orton was going to do. Randy Orton knew what Sheamus was going to do. We saw both of them sort of move out of each other's ways, find ways to counter out of each other's moves. And basically these guys were having to hit moves that they had either never done before or never done in a long time. One of the cool sequences for tonight was that Randy Orton hit a big DDT on Sheamus. Then he took way too long, basically selling the fact that he had hit the move on Sheamus and he thought it was over, only to try and scoop up Sheamus for the RKO for Sheamus to dip out of the way, hit the big brogue kick as he promised right into Randy's face. Then he picked him up, gave him the huge clover leaf, and he was folding Randy Orton in half. Orton finally made it to the ropes. Orton was able to move out of the way of another brogue kick. From there, he hit the RKO that we were all looking for, and for there, basically, it was over. Just him moving out of the way of a brogue kick, setting it up for the RKO, finishing it over. I thought it was cool when Randy Orton was being put into the cloverleaf submission move. He tried to reach up and actually grab Sheamus's mohawk to get leverage, to try and keep him from getting himself into the move. He didn't really just, all right, you got my legs, let's fold me over. It sort of showed me that he really did care about the match, and he really did get into it. The fans really behind Randy Orton. RKO, RKO chants all throughout there. Of course, this pay-per-view being in St. Louis, Randy Orton's home. A lot of these people are real big Randy Orton fans and supporters, so they were glad that Orton got the win. Sheamus still keeps the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know why that's not used as like a championship that you defend. Last year would have been a lot better with Rollins doing that, but we'll move on with Battleground and we'll see what the next match is down the road. Oh, $1 million dance. Make it move, make it move. Primetime players found a way to outlast and overcome the three-man power trip of a New Day. I thought this match really wasn't that entertaining. I think that just was a tag team match. Nothing really much to it as they were going through the ring. The primetime players and New Day were pretty evenly matched, going back and forth. There was a spot with the New Day. They got the advantage of the match, and they had pretty much cut the ring off. Finally, Titus O'Neil was able to make the hot tag, and from there, Titus sort of ran wild for a few minutes before Xavier Woods, who wasn't even involved in the match, jumped up ringside, kicked Titus in the back of the head, which gave the primetime players the advantage in this. It was Darren Young and Titus O'Neil going up against the team of Biggie Langston and Kofi Kingston, probably the best combination of the Freebird rule of the New Day. Primetime players keep their championship. Titus O'Neil looked really, really good in this match. Lots of power moves coming from him. From here, I'm hoping that a New Day stays in the tag team division with them keeping the belts. I don't know who else could be a number one contender to go after this. I know that there's Ascension. I know there's the Lucha Dragons. But as of right now, I don't want the New Day to fall down. I really like these guys. The primetime players, they haven't had the championships. They're sort of a team that's been around for a while. I guess it's fun to have them the title. They just don't blow me away with their matches. You know, a New Day where they can sort of twist their team around like it's a Rubik's Cube. You never know who they're going to go up against until they're in the ring. That's what keeps that fun to me. So hopefully that's what they'll do. They're pushing this buy one, get one shirt 50% off sale. Anyone who's smart knows that this is basically a 25% off deal. That they just try to get you to buy 100% on the one shirt and 50 cents on the other. But we'll see what goes down. They're pushing this big match for Team Paige versus Team Bad versus Team Bella coming up. So, you know, there's going to be a three-way, one competitor from each team to find out who, I guess, is the strongest team. A good way to put the Divas on the map and see what goes on from there. Next match tonight ended up being one of the biggest build-up matches for WWE Battleground 2015, even though there was really nothing behind it. Bray Wyatt going up against Roman Reigns. Match that really didn't have a whole lot of build to it. Lots of rumors started today going that Sting is going to be working with Bray Wyatt at the upcoming SummerSlam show. People were thinking that Sting was going to be a part of the show tonight. There was rumors coming from St. Louis on Twitter basically saying that somebody was snuck into the second balcony during the match wearing a hoodie, and they were trying to keep it low-key, but the more they tried to keep it low-key, the more buzz that was going around it. This was a match that was really built up to make Bray Wyatt look real strong. They do this every once in a while to put him into a program where he's going to need to be a bigger star than he's normally portrayed as, and they sort of used Roman Reigns as a stepping ground in order for Bray Wyatt to be able to work with Sting. Bray Wyatt was able to really hold Roman Reigns down throughout the match. Very few times did Roman Reigns have a true advantage in this before Bray was able to overcome Roman and trying to basically get the upper hand in what is going on. A big story about something that was going down in the match was during one of the parts of the match where Bray had a rest hold on Roman, putting a choke on him and inside the middle of the ring where the camera was drawn on all real close, and they had it where the sound was turned up where you could hear Bray was taunting Roman. There was words that were edited out from the live broadcast. Couldn't really tell from my vantage point what was being said, but something was said that Kevin Dunn or somebody in WWE did not like, or maybe they thought Bray was going down an avenue that they didn't want him going down and just turned it off. Very cool spot in the match where Bray was leaned over the outside of the ring. Roman came running around the outside in order to get the drive-by. At this point, Bray was sort of playing possum with Roman and reached out and struck Roman. It was almost like a spear, but more of a clothesline, but with nothing really behind it. And Roman just took it and he died. And that was just about it. There was a spot in the match where they went to the outside. Roman started throwing chairs into the ring like this was a no DQ match, which didn't really make much sense to me at this time. A guy in the hoodie jumped the barricade attacked Roman Reigns, throwing him back into the ring, where he was awaited by Bray Wyatt. Hit him with his sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt gets the win over Roman Reigns. Very big surprise, seeing how Roman is sort of like the prodigy of the WWE right now, but looks like he put over Bray Wyatt in order to get him a SummerSlam. What this leads for Roman Reigns, who knows? But I'm guessing that Sting will be part of Monday Night Raw tomorrow. From there, that will lead to Sting versus Bray at SummerSlam. Very fun match from the Divas tonight. An unexpected match for WWE Battleground 2015. Was not advertised, but at the last minute, Stephanie Fan came after much promotion on the pre-show, basically talking about what happened on Monday Night Raw with the Divas Revolution, with the upcoming of Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks to the main roster. Basically, they decided that each team was going to have to name one member to go into the ring tonight to defend a Divas match. Triple threat, three-way, whatever you want to call it. It ended up being Charlotte going up against NXT champion Sasha Banks, going up against Brie Bella. The match was a very, very good, fast-paced match. It was just a shame that there wasn't a member on Team Bella from NXT to really show how great NXT is. Of course, Charlotte Flair had a great match against Sasha Banks on NXT on Wednesday this week, but I was cheering that I wanted to see Becky Lynch wrestle in action, but being able to see Sasha Banks wrestle her debut match on a pay-per-view with a lot of eyes watching them, you can't go wrong with it. Of course, Charlotte's already been on an edition of Monday Night Raw where she lost to Natalya. Lots of people, second-guessed and questioned why they would do that, but Triple H tried to defend it, basically saying that that wasn't a real debut. When a debut happened, you could really know it, and when they debuted on Monday Night Raw this week, it really did matter. So we had Brie going up against Charlotte against Sasha Banks with no Brie in there. Of course, the championship was not on the line, but these girls went on and they were fighting. It was go time, and it was a damn good match. Really, really fun stuff from it. We saw Sasha Banks putting sort of a sandwich of ladders in the corner with Brie Bella on the second rope, Charlotte down on the bottom. Sasha jumped up to the top rope and with knees delivered it right through Brie Bella, right through Charlotte down to the floor. Of course, we got a big, I don't know, what do you call it, a neck breaker or whatever the move is from Charlotte onto Sasha was probably one of the highlights of the match. Definitely Brie Bella was sort of a tip of the hat to her husband with the yes kicks to Sasha and Charlotte in the middle of the ring. Very, very fun. But there was a fight on the outside, which started with Team Bella having like a team huddle on the outside where basically Team Bella got knocked down. From there, Sasha Banks would jump out of the ring and take out Becky Lynch and Paige. From there, Charlotte would jump out of the ring, knocking down Team Bad, getting almost everyone involved in what is going on. Sasha Banks got into the ring. She locked in the bank statement, which looked like it was going to be all she wrote for Charlotte. But Brie Bella came in, breaking that up. And from there, Charlotte was able to overcome Brie Bella and get the win with the figure eight, and Brie Bella tapping out like crazy. But a very good match from the Divas, and thumbs up. Good stuff. John Cena and Kevin Owens just went through one hell of a battle that is going to be hard to be beat. These guys have had 3 matches at Elimination Chamber, whatever that last show was, and now at Battleground. And these matches are going to be hard to meet for anybody. John Cena keeps his United States Championship, beating Kevin Owens. He hit Kevin Owens with almost every single thing in the world that you could hit this guy with. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think this is the right idea. Kevin Owens has had great matches against John Cena. He'll always have that first win in that first match. But honestly, I know that who knows where Kevin Owens goes from here. Maybe they do SummerSlam Cena versus Owens one more time. But it gets to that point of like when Tenzai beat John Cena when he debuted in Monday Night Raw. Back after WrestleMania 28, when he came in and he was giving Cena a lot of problems, and they were doing this in order to put Cena on house shows against Tenzai and be able to be a draw, believing that Tenzai had a chance to beat Cena. But Man, Owens put up one hell of a fight. We saw Owens kick out of 3 FUs. We saw Owens hit his own FU onto John Cena and then lock him into the STFU on the floor. And it made it look like Cena was going to tap. But Cena got the win. Cena was able to make Kevin Owens tap out in the middle of the ring. This reminds me a lot of the program that Cena ran against Rusev, where, Rusev beat Cena in the first match. And then from there on, they had WrestleMania. Cena beats him. You had the thing where all the corners were all lit up, and Cena beat him. And then we had the I Quit match, where basically Rusev said I quit, making him lose everything that he had. And now Kevin Owens, once again, I got no idea. I know that they've built up the United States Championship, sort of title picture with, you got Cesaro, you've got Rusev, you got Kevin Owens, you got lots of people trying to get into there to get that belt. But honestly, in my mind, John Cena beating Kevin Owens was a horrible, horrible idea. This really made no sense at all. I don't know where you go from here. I know Kevin Owens is the big match, and this is the first time I really started to think that that Owens wasn't going to win it when they said at Comic-Con that Owens was going to fight against Finn Balor for the NXT Championship SummerSlam weekend at the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn show, and I guess I was right. I didn't want to be, but Cena keeps the championship. Owens goes back to NXT, and WWE is what WWE was. Everything that was started at the Elimination Chamber, thinking that Kevin Steen was really getting some momentum, is gone. Due to Ryback's injury this week, basically Ryback suffered a staph infection. They had to scrap the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Honestly, in my opinion, what they were going to do was have Miz versus Big Show in just a normal one-on-one match, trying to just get from 1 month to the next, fill some time on the pay-per-view, and be able to keep going where they were going, only with 5 matches named for the pay-per-view. They didn't really have any room for any matches to be scrapped from what they were able to do. But honestly, they had Miz come down to the ring. Miz talked about Ryback, faking his injury, basically saying that he had no room not to have this match because he had already, had his Miz team already print out T-shirts to celebrate his victory. He already had a lineup of talk shows that he was going to go on in the morning, basically, to say that he was the Intercontinental Champion and to push himself down the road. As becoming this huge star as The Miz, even though he's won the Intercontinental Championship, probably at least 3 times. This one was going to be a big one because he's a Hollywood star. I'm a Marine, damn it. But he went out there basically talking about how Big Show should retire. Big Show's been missing since the Attitude Era. Finally, the Big Show made his way out to the ring. He just walked into the ring, walked up to The Miz, knocked out, punched him right in the face, and left him laying. As soon as he got to the ring, he basically turned around and hightailed it to the back, just letting Miz snooze one away, just snoring away in the ring. Snooze, snooze, snooze. And I guess the match is going to happen next month. At SummerSlam, we're going to get 3-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Miz, Big Show, Ryback, 3-way. The rumors have been out there for almost close to a week that Undertaker was returning at WWE Battleground 2015 to get revenge on Brock Lesnar for ending the streak at WrestleMania 30. The questions have been out there. Why have they waited so long to do Taker going up against Brock? Taker could have easily took on Brock this year at WrestleMania 31, but it seems that they're not even building towards WrestleMania 32. And my guess, the way that this went down tonight, it looks like Undertaker is going to be going up against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam next month. I know that they want to make SummerSlam look like it's a big deal, almost like it's its own WrestleMania. It's being held in New York and New Jersey. Brock Lesnar goes into this match. He has Rollins beat. He beat this guy for looks like 23 minutes in this match. He's gave him 14 different types of suplexes throughout the whole match. Just throwing him everywhere from limb to limb, pillar to post. Was there an even end to the match? That the show's going off the air. I guess the match was called for disqualification with the interference. I guess that makes sense, but I thought Rollins really was going to get a chance to go in there and pin him. But with this, wow. I mean, Brock has him beat. He lays down on him. 1, 2. The gong goes off. Undertaker comes out of the back. Lights come on. He's inside of the ring. They're staring at each other. It looks like they're about to, start throwing down. Undertaker just manhandles Brock Lesnar, countering the F5. Gives him 2 of the tombstones right there in the center, putting that big exclamation point on this match happening. My only question mark is, when is this going to happen? Is it going to be SummerSlam? Is it going to be WrestleMania 31? Wow. Big time action in this one. I apologize, the last video got cut off. My buddy Archie called me. He was flipping out because I wasn't at work, because I'm on vacation. I didn't have a chance to slip him the info that Taker was going to be there. I'm just glad that he was watching and that he didn't skip the show. But Rollins versus Lesnar was everything that we thought it was going to be. Rollins getting very little amount of offense. Brock Lesnar hitting 14 suplexes on Rollins, just beating him from pillar to post. The minute that we thought we were going to see Brock become champion, I believe that he laid down. He got the 1 count. The gong goes off. Lights go down. Light comes up. Undertaker, looking like Dirty Harry, appears in the ring. Basically comes at, starts attacking Lesnar, hits him with the choke slam, gives him a couple of the tombstones for good measure, laying him out right there in the center of the ring. We didn't even get to see a finish. I never saw that the referee called for the DQ. That makes a lot of sense that it was. But I kept waiting for Rollins to slide into the ring, get the 1, 2, 3, and be still able to call himself champion. But Undertaker walks to the back. The pay-per-view closes with the lights going out and the show going dark. This was really fun. This was a really, really good ending to a very so-so pay-per-view. Everything on the first half of the show just was there. The tag match, the Barrett match. I can't even really remember what else went down on this show, but the Divas match was good. Kevin Owens versus John Cena was really good. And then we got this Lesnar just kill fest with Undertaker making his return tomorrow. Monday Night Raw. People are going to go bonanza crazy for Sting making his return, starting up the whole Sting versus Bray Wyatt feud. WWE should be kicking on high notches going into SummerSlam right now. I just hope that Rollins is champion. Does he fight Reigns? Reigns lost to Bray Wyatt. It doesn't make sense for him to be #1 contender. Does Ambrose slide up and get another championship shot? Because when it was Ambrose versus Rollins at Money in the Bank and at Elimination Chamber, people sort of looked at it as it was just the championship match didn't really matter, but they both delivered. They were both really good matches. I don't know what happens from here. Maybe Brock gets another rematch because of Taker interfering, and maybe they're not even going to do Taker versus Rollins at the pay-per-view. They're going to wait all the way and do it at WrestleMania. Maybe it's going to be a really long feud to get into there. I don't know, but as a WWE fan, I'm racking my brain. Rollins keeps his championship. Undertaker returns. The summer for WWE just picked up. Looks pretty nice.